We get some nice light coming in through the window. That's nice. All right, so got some copyrighted free music, which I gotta remember to do that. Put my copyright free music on because a couple of times I literally forgot to do that and got a copyright strike for that. Try to remove that nonsense. Get that music out of there. All right, let me see. What are we going to be doing today? We're actually doing some updates to the website. So we're adding in our black versus black demonstrations. Now these are demonstrations we've been doing for quite some time. Actually, some of these demonstrations date back to the 7s. We were doing demonstrations against black fabric and black paint, so forth, black film. Where's those demonstrations on the black film? I know we got them in here, right? I gotta look them up too. I think that, no, it is. We do have it. Is that black film? One of these is black film. Oh, I gotta hunt that one down. We got one that's supposed to be black film in here too. But anyway, do we have the ones where we drew into the screen? Where are they at? Yeah, that's one. These are two we drew into the screen of black paint. All right, so these are all the tests we have versus black paint, black fabric, black mesh, you name it, we've done it, it's here. And the reason why these tests are very important because then it shows the customer at the end of the day, he or she is not getting everyday products that they literally could go on to Home Depot, Benjamin Moore, any one of those sites and do it themselves. So we got to refresh the page. Don't forget they're working on here. So that basically right there is very important. This is why screen paints need to be tested. Not only that, on different calibers of projectors. Some are claiming they work on certain projectors, and there's literally no tests at all of these green paints being tested on these projectors. I'm not talking about a test where you're doing like a bunch of 4K videos. I'm talking about serious tests where you're showing how color patterns pick up on 1,000 lumens, how it works in fully lit environments, if it picks up a proper contrast level, stuff like that. How do the white levels compare, especially if you have darker screens? You definitely need to be running those tests from the door. And these are tests that I think should all be done live, because again, you can't really get away with anything on live. Can't really get around corners or edit videos and go in and change things when it's done live, because people will always see what it is. So that needs to be done too also. If they don't have enough confidence to come on live and do those demonstrations, then it shows that the product is not ready to be sold. And that's the problem. There's a lot of products out there being sold that are not properly tested. Now, these are our test demonstrations we have popping up right now. I already put the new ones on I just did today. Right here. Go to my YouTube channel. Here. And let's see. And of course, this angers some people. They get really upset. They get really angry over this because, again, they don't want to test. They don't want to work at the end of the day. And again, they don't want customers. They don't want customers requesting this from them. Because if a customer requests that they want to see a screen paint side-by-side demonstration against house paint, they could run a big risk of basically matching one of these paints. Something they don't want to do. Which one we just did? We just did this one a few minutes ago, 1 hour ago. Or this one we did 1 hour ago. Alright, we need this one. So we're going to be doing some more black versus black demonstrations. I mean, literally, we have more black versus black demonstrations than gray screen paints do. And that shouldn't be so. Well, actually, it should be equal. There we go. And we got to expand it. We're going to expand the page. Ran out of video room for the black versus black, so I'm going to have to go and expand it because again, we got some more demonstrations I want to do on that one. I'm going to go and get some more black paint. So this one's there right there. So these are ours right here. Our tests dating back to 7s, demonstrations done outside, anything you could possibly need. Done at 1,000 lumen demonstrations, all these tests. Even when I've actually painted into my screen with black paint, one displaying a white logo. So let's go over here. I want to put down under my test here. This is on our marketplace. So if you go to our marketplace to buy, you can scroll down. You can see what we have here, basically about projectors we do not support. Oh, we don't need this here anymore now. We don't need this here. I can actually remove this. That's gone, we don't need that. So that allows me to be able to take this and move this up here. And we can put our statement claim at the bottom. Yeah, we don't need it there. Yeah, that's one statement claim. Let's put another one here. This is pretty much going to state that we have the most test demonstrations of any screen paint out there on the market, comparing our products to black surfaces, which gray screen paints need to be tested desperately. We have the most test demonstrations and black versus black demonstrations testing our products. Get some of those offline customers, which we lock those, can come in and see our testimonies. We have the most, okay, no, we have the most test demonstrations versus black. Versus black. Okay, no, we have the most test demonstrations. No, oh no, I'm gonna put it a different way. Most test demonstrations than any other screen paint on and off YouTube. If you think I can't back it up, I'll show you I can back it up. I'll go and I'll do a search and we'll see exactly how many screens out there are actually tested next to ours. And I guarantee you, we won't find anything. See, the minute we put down most tested demonstrations, the first thing that comes up on Google is us Tested, guarantee. What other screen paints are not doing. Right there. Question, are other screen paints are other screen paints tested? See right there from the door. Are they tested? That's the question. Are they tested? Most test demonstrations on in any then let's see, it should be then any other screen. Butcher that one. Most test demonstrations. Caps must be on for that one. Then any other screen paints. Should be paints on or off YouTube. Now, I'm going to do a search today. I'm going to go in. Not only one person, I'm going to dig up everybody. I'm curious how many people are tested versus great products. And the reason why, like I said, this is very important because you need to know whether or not you could do this yourself. Can you make your own screen paint or should you have to buy it? And the reason why I say this is because this is why these screen paints need to be tested. Difference between black surfaces versus our black technology screen paints. And again, we pop up again because we done the test. Anytime I put this in and I look for something, we're going to always pop up because we have done the test. Anytime. If you look on YouTube, you can put down right now on Google and say test demonstrations. We pop up. Should screen paints be tested? We pop up. We did all those topics already. Let's see. We need to make a gray screen paint for called the Gray Screen Paint Challenge. We do. We need to put one up. We're going to make one. And I think we're going to do it with the Network Gray 773 and Slip Silver. That's what we should do. We're going to have something called Gray Screen Paint Challenge. We're going to challenge all gray screen paints, including, we can make a black technology too. Literally, we can make a kind of an off-brand one. Well, actually, they got to go against black paint. I forgot about that. Anybody with a black screen, you literally have to go against black paint. And it's many test demonstrations. Can you basically keep up with our tests? Yeah, it's going to be a rough ride for anybody to make screen paints, but it should be. It needs to be tested. I guarantee you now, it has gotten to the point where if people don't answer these tests, that, like I said, it's only a matter of time when you're going to start getting everyday gray cans of paint literally shipped to your front door, and you won't even know at the end of the day if that product is legit or not without those tests. So yeah, they should crack down. Certified screens have to go through all kinds of rigorous testing. So how in the world is a screen paint going to be on the same category as a certified screen or any other thing in the projection business if it's not tested? Your projector's tested, your screen's tested, your chairs are tested, popcorn maker's tested, everything in your environment is tested. Why is your screen paint not tested? Anybody who has an attitude about that or upset about that, or anything, you know what? You just told me at the end of the day you're not tested. Because anybody else is tested is good and ready to go. So it's not going to go well for anybody. It should be tested. I don't have to, at the end of the day, test your product to crush it. I can basically just require you to do a test. That's it. And I guarantee you won't pass it. If your product's tested, maybe you'll pass it, maybe you won't. But I've never seen gray versus gray tests. So what is the difference between a gray screen and everyday household paints? Perfect example, Jamie matched one. He matched 3 of the screen paints. That right there is enough of a serious statement on why these paints have to be tested. Because think about how many people bought the Cinemax before they found out that it was gray paint. And they could easily bought it themselves. $90 they paid for that product at 1 quart, and they could have got a gallon. They could have got 3 gallons for that much. That's why screen paints need to be tested. He's the poster child for the reason why they had to be tested. Because what he did in that video, bearing receipts, showing a container, painting it down, and then matching the screen on every single level. And not only with an everyday projector, he matched it on a P2, a 4K laser projector. Which means that anybody who has network rate 773 now pretty much can save a ton of money. That's why they need to be tested. People sit there and say, oh, but it's easy for you. Why is it easy for me? I had to do tests. I had to do years and years of research. So why is it easier for me? No, we just do the work at the end of the day. Y'all don't do the work. That's why y'all scared of what I say out of my mouth. Anything I said out of my mouth, y'all afraid of it. Y'all terrified of it because you're going to get exposed for basically selling products all these years to people at the end of the day, and you can't back it up. I bet you if I go through specification sheets right now and I start pulling up, try to see if I can find videos that can match anything in those specification sheets, anything backing it up. That's like me coming on YouTube and saying, hey, look, I bet you a chair can't match my screen. I can't say that unless I can back it up. Can't say that fabric and black paint doesn't match my screen. I have to back it up. Can't say we can knock out and beat certifies. Got to back that one up, because any one of those companies can actually take me to court. But guess what? They'll never take me to court because I can beat their products. They don't want to give me that kind of publicity at the end of the day. Diamond already gave us that kind of publicity. Diamond sat there and sent us a court order to stay away from their products. That's not a good thing to do. You should have never have acknowledged that. Because now, anytime someone sits there and says, okay, what about Black Diamond? Here goes the literature right here. If I was doing, and if Diamond ever decides to say, well, we'll take you to court, because what are you going to take me to court on to begin with? You can't say that I slandered you right from the door, because I didn't slander you. You sent me a letter of appreciation telling me how much you liked the product and how you would like to continue the discussion a little bit more. People don't send letters like that if they're angry with you. So that's not going to work. What happened was things didn't work out the way you wanted them to work out, and that's why the attorneys were brought in. But that was a big mistake to do, because now I have proof that you're threatened by my technology. The only thing that pretty much keeps them in I could say, where they're at now, because if I basically stay under the radar, they're good. If I go above the radar, they're in trouble. That's why we're basically mainstreaming the technology. Because we'll become a serious threat to certified screens, because again, gunmetals don't pull contrast, not like our technology. So as long as I'm under the radar, he's safe at the end of the day. All certified is safe. But the minute we come known, the minute we come public, the minute we start showing up in shows, now we're a serious threat. Can't say that about your great products at the end of the day, because again, y'all can't see contrast to begin with. You can't even beat a gunmetal technology. And your stuff is not tested. They want to get rid of your products. All they got to do is get anyone great paints from any freaking hardware store, and they can duplicate your stuff that fast. Look at this. This is right here. This is a demonstration. What's the difference between a black surface versus right there? Look what pops up. That's me painting into the screen. We're the first ones that pop up on Google. First results that pop up. You know why? Because no one's doing no tests. That's why our stuff is flooding YouTube right now. Can't go anywhere about YouTube without bumping into one of our demonstrations. Your products need to be tested. Y'all can hit me with hate mail all day long. Your products need to be tested. Matter of fact, anybody who gets upset and angry and does a video over this, we just exposed yourself as a person who has a product that doesn't work. So don't do that either. Ripples need to be put in there. You got customers on there complaining right now about how products don't show any difference, that they're matching their walls, already having problems. Jacked up policies. No, matter of fact, I can't say everybody, because I read through some of the policies on eBay. I have. Their policies are actually pretty good for basically for returns or exchange. Jamie's is not like that. Jamie's is strictly designed to rob you from the door. There is no way around that. You got to open it up. How are you going to find out? If you got a gray wall in your theater room. It's already gray in there already. How are you going to find out without popping the lid? How? You're going to take the container, just stick it to the wall. That's what you're going to do. You're not going to find unless you paint it on the wall. So the minute you open up that top, you have now voided the ability to be able to exchange your product or get your money back or get an exchange due to the fact that you opened the top. Yeah, that's designed to steal from a customer. Because how would he or she even know if he doesn't open the top? Let me see right here. We need to go to, we're already here. I need to finish what we're writing here. So when you see me write stuff on my site like this, where I say, no, most test demonstrations than any other screen paints on or off YouTube, go take a search through Google and find, see what pops up first. We do. Let's see. All right, we got it here. All right, that's there. All right. Gotta have those tests done. Refresh. Come on, man. Seriously? They're working on the page as I'm working on the page. Yep. And they mad about it. They're mad about it, upset, angry about it. What are you upset about for? Oh, because what you did was, this is where you messed up big time. You marketed a product and sold a product without testing it. Which means if you have to go back and do any tests and you fail in any one of those tests, any of them you fail, you have basically now committed fraud. That's what happens. Because it's not properly tested. They can't fail one of the test demonstrations, none of them. And all those demonstrations have to be done live. So that way you can see that no one's cutting any corners, just like we do it. So if you notice before, the Slate or any of the technology we sell, none of it can be sold until it's tested first. And that way, if a customer requests a test or any demonstrations we have posted to the website, they will notice in the timestamp, it's basically was designed before it was sold. Now, a problem with somebody like Jamie or Partey decides to test his new mixes that he's making, if there's no test demonstrations underneath of it and they sell this product and a customer ends up matching or doing a test himself and finding out he could have literally did this with house paint, this is going to be really bad on their behalf. And they can't come in and do tests afterwards because the test should have been done before the product was sold. There are a ton of tests missing from these great products, a ton of them. Now, we did a gray spray paint. It's called 2.0. You can go to our Eclipse page. You can watch the 3-hour-long test demonstration that was done under that product. There's literally a challenge under that product. We challenge any gray screen paint to match the 2.0's test. We haven't seen one yet. Because for those who sit there and say, well, you make a black technology, black, green, purple, orange, red, doesn't make a difference. It all has to be tested. Customers are not bothered by this, what I'm saying. People who make the products are bothered. You're upset, you're angry, you're mad. But I'm sorry, Skippy, it gotta be tested. Ain't no way in the world I would buy any products that are not being tested. And that's the first thing people say when something breaks down a little faster than it's supposed to. Was this not tested? Did they test this? There we go. How did they not find this problem? Now, for those who sit there and say, well, we know the naysayers are coming to act like customers. It's sad. They will come in and try to pose as customers rarely. I don't know what customer ever would basically complain about a product that is not tested. I don't know one at all, period. Only a person who's making the product would complain about it doesn't need to be tested. Lamest excuse I ever heard. I actually heard Jamie actually say in a demonstration one time that the customers tested screens. No, customers don't test jack at the end of the day. Customers review a product, but they're not testing. The actual physical test of the product. Only thing the customer can do is if he's going to test the product, he has to test the product on what the manufacturer said what the product can do. So if it says, okay, we got a car here as a turbo engine, it could jump the Grand Canyon easy, we're going to say, I'm going to test that theory. I'm going to go jump the Grand Canyon with this car. That's what that's all customers doing. It's a customer review or whatever test, but they're just testing what the manufacturer is saying what the product can already do if the product was tested. Now, Jamie, I know I said your name twice in this video. I'm gonna say it again. I went through your website thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly, and I dug up and pulled out all your I can't call them specifications, it's a cheat sheet because it's not really there. And I went online and I tried to find anything that you posted and nothing came up. We couldn't find any tests, we couldn't find anything. So you were selling a product without testing. And because of the demonstration, as I said before, the reason why this has to be done is because, perfect example, a YouTuber by the name of Crow1176, that calls himself Crow, literally matched the house paint 3 times in the demonstration. Which means anybody who purchased that product got robbed. Let me see, we're going to do black shop here. There we go. Are we already in the black shop? We're already in the black shop. There we go. Good, it kept myself intact. Thank you. Let's go back in here. I don't know what he was thinking when he did the black fabric. What, you think I wasn't going to come in and redo that demonstration? Yeah, we've done it dozens of times. You can go into my archives right here at the bottom where we had the history of black versus black, and you can see me doing demonstrations since the 7s. So we've been there and done that on so many levels, it's not even funny. I'll sit there and throw my chair up there, which I did. There's nothing, we've done this so many times to count. We know exactly what the reaction's going to be. Unless that chair has heightener technology embedded into it, it's the only way it's going to see white light, but it doesn't have it. We're the only ones who have that product. So without it, we know that any surface at the end of the day can't touch our stuff. Now let me see what we got going on here. No demonstrations. Write this correctly. This is what we feel. Most test demonstrations than any other screen paint on or off YouTube. Let's see. YouTube. Let's see why we can show a difference. Why? We can show a difference between black surfaces versus our black ambient light rejection. We do specialize in ambient light rejection and light rejection technology. Another problem I have with Jamie's site is you're saying that your product can be used in some light controlled environments. How in the heck are you comparing yourself to our technology? We don't use controlled environments. We don't use light controlled environments. We are in ambient light environments. We don't even bother with all that. But most of all, light ambient light environments, that's a dark environment right there from the door. That is dark, extremely dark. That's not even ambient light controlled. It's light ambient light, which means the environment is very dark. That would basically show why all your customers were all sitting in dark environments. Let me see. You have on your website not ambient light rejection, but you try to give off the illusion that you don't need ambient light rejection technology. It's not that you don't need it, it's that you can't have it. Your product won't work with it. It doesn't adapt to lighter screens. Ambient light rejection technology works better with much darker technology because it has to be able to absorb light. That's why. These people understand that. I'm curious to see the test. Danny's supposed to have a screen paint that's supposed to be launching somewhere in April. I want to see these tests because I swear if he launches this product and there's no test demonstrations at all, period, no live demonstrations going in for 3 hours and 4 hours long, there's no real serious test demonstrations under these products, don't even go near it. It's just more junk at the end of the day. And this ain't the first time he came up with a launch date. We've seen it in December, we saw it in January, and we saw one in July, and it was another one that was popped up in September. So he's done this multiple times. But there's no test behind it, and he's running out of time. April's gonna be over pretty soon. And he needs to have test demonstrations on all those products, every last one of them. Let me see, versus our AMSA note, most demonstrations than any other screen paints on or off YouTube. Why? We can show the difference between black surfaces versus our black. We can test it. We should test it because our products are tested. Test it. We don't need that. We don't have to. No, we should. No. Put that in caps. Let's do that right there instead. Let's put test it. There we go. Test it. Black ambient light projection screen paints. Please note that other screen paints have failed to do these demonstrations, which you have, because we look for you guys and you can't find it. Look who pops up again. Anything I mention, we're gonna pop up. We flood YouTube, we flood Google. Anything I mention, we'll pop up first, because we're the only ones doing the test demonstrations. And then once we hit offline, we'll flood there too. Brought this topic up multiple times. You don't see Jamie popping up here. You don't see Danny. You don't see any other screen paints, goo paint, none of them. None of them. Only us will pop up. We've done tons of tests. I had a guy sit there and said, gee whiz, how many demonstrations did you guys have? We got over 7,000 demonstrations. We flood every network. We flood it. That's how much time and how much work we put into our products. While we're basically flooding the system, you got people deleting their videos left and right because they can't back it up. Because when we go searching for them, they don't want us to find them. Let's see, please note. Other screen paints have failed to do these demonstrations, which y'all have. No lie. Show me one. I can do a search right now. Show me one demonstration. Now, when I talk this way, I don't want customers to think it's towards you. It's not towards you. This is toward people who make these products and do a horrible job doing it. A horrible job doing it. It's not toward the customers. Customers need to be, these people get upset when I get armed customers with how you talk to these companies at the end of the day. Questions you should be asking them before you give them a dime of your money. One of the things you need to ask them, and I keep telling you, I can't express it enough, how close does your product come to a house paint? That's why a few people got upset when we made that statement, especially when we gave people free ingredients from our Digital One cookbook on how to make your own great products. Does this threaten us at the end of the day? No, it doesn't threaten us because our products are designed and are more advanced than great screen paint products. We're in gunmetal territory. We're in certified. When we test our technology, we're on certified levels. We're in those areas. But gray, we can give you free gray screen paint from ton up to ton down. It doesn't damage us at all, period. Can they do that? No, because they can't make anything else but great products. And for what I've seen in Danny's black paint is absolutely trifling. I'm sorry, but it's trifling. I've never seen that's why we're waiting to get our hands on this paint. And he shut his site down. Because we're going to run some tests on that, especially drain that container and pull all that water out of it and see if that whole delivery system and drying out, that was a bunch of crock. That's lies. That's crock. But that black paint has no white levels in it whatsoever. That was the darkest thing I've ever seen. You couldn't even see the city background. Lights popped, the headlights weren't popping, nothing. It was just dark, very dirty. Can't wait to get it over here for some proper testing. Of course, you know automatically from the door, we can't order ourselves because again, they are afraid they will cancel the orders. Got $700 worth of canceled orders from Danny. Literally, Danny has canceled so badly on us that I've used the same $160 to order all his products. I'll lie to you not. Same $160. That's how fast our money was returned back to our account. So if you're talking about your product being the best of the best and blah, 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 and you're the king, then how come when we place an order for your product, we get our money back? Just like that. But yet, Danny has never, ever ordered any of our products. Jamie has only ordered one product from us in the 6 years we have known him, probably 7 years. We have known him. That's it. I've had about over 19 of Jamie's, I've ordered about 19, maybe more than that, of his products. We had most of them here that you can see in the unboxing videos of showing off his products. Yeah, they can't back Jack. And then all the customers, from what I've seen from the customers are coached, which means they're told what to do, what videos to show, how to have the screen in the same environment. If you notice, every last one of them sit in the dark, just like the person who makes the product. I think the only person we saw with the Batman screen outside and the plexiglass was completely washed out on a, was that projector 4K or 1080p ViewSonic, but I know it was a short throw. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Let me see what we got going on here. All right, let me see. Let's put a challenge in there too. As we're at it. Let's see. I failed to do these demonstrations. We challenge the consumer. We challenge the consumer to find demonstrations done exactly like ours. We'll throw this in there once in a while. So we give the, show how well we can back our products up. I've done the research already, I've done the search, I know what comes up. But you're more than welcome to do it yourselves, we don't mind. Now again, if you want to go out there and make statements about my product being a fake at the end of the day, if you get my attention, it will not go well. We've already seen that already before. We'll put those challenges out. Now we don't mention anybody's name. You notice I don't stain my website. I don't do that. We don't put Jamie's name in there. We don't do any of that stuff. My site's professional. We don't do that. We have a special section for you guys. It's called a blacklist. That's where you're at. That's where you're at. You're never plastered on my website. We don't put your logo, nothing at all. You don't belong there. You belong in a special section called the blacklist. And in the blacklist, not just you guys are in there. There's projectors and knockoff projectors and products that didn't work correctly. eBay merchants who have scammed us, they're all in there. That's the next section you're at. But I will never have you to my site. Never. Let me see. You guys tarnish your own site. That's why I say you let your emotions get the most of you. Putting my name in there, that doesn't hurt me at the end of the day. All it does is direct people to come to my site. When they see my site and how amazing it is compared to you guys at the end of the day, I take your customers from you. If you're going to tell people at the end of the day, Jamie, that I'm a scammer and I'm stealing from people, compared to my site, compared to yours, are you kidding me? That's like looking at a Kick and Go versus a Bugatti. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but my website has a ton of information on it. Tons of videos, tons of pictures. On top of that, the showrooms are absolutely gorgeous. So all you're doing is just giving me your business at the end of the day, if you do get any business. If anyone pops on your website, the first thing I'm gonna say is, I wonder how much of a scam site this Black Series page is. And they're gonna go there and see demonstrations and do the comparison. Well, gee whiz, this guy's got a ton of information. This guy doesn't have anything at all. This guy has test demonstrations. This guy has nothing at all. This guy has demonstrations. This guy has nothing at all. This guy has outdoor demonstrations, links in his shopping cart, showroom demonstration. This guy has nothing at all. That's what you're doing to yourself right now. But thank you for the business. I do appreciate it. Let me see. We challenge the consumer to find demonstrations done exactly like ours. There's a challenge right there. Boom. Now, if I go to your website, not y'all, just y'all, if I go to any other screen, I can go to Goose Screen, Knox, Paint On Screens, any of y'all sites. What's the difference between your product and house paint? I can see right now the big companies right now trying to slap me with a lawsuit, trying to say, oh, how am I causing any trouble? It's a simple test. If you got to slap me with a lawsuit at the end of the day, or threaten me with a lawyer to keep my mouth shut, because I shouldn't say certain things. I'm sorry, this is America, it's freedom of speech. So bottom line is, what is the difference? Why shouldn't I have a right to say that? If I'm a consumer, I should want to know this, right? All right then. Don't even pull that nonsense at the end of the day. Don't give me publicity. Don't want to do that. Let's come over here and let's pull up. This is explaining what the demonstrations are for. You're going to see below, right there. Expand our page here. What do we have here for our size? I don't know which one is right here. What do we have with this one? I want the same still here. What's this right here? This is 22. Yeah, I want these at 22. Definitely want these at 22. They'll put her at 22. So for those of you who've been cheating and cutting corners, got a message for you. Your gravy train just got derailed. No more. And for you to sit there and say, well, what does this have to do with you? There's everything to do with me at the end of the day. That's the reason why I hate the industry so much. Because the fact that everything is so fake and phony. Just like when it comes out of the fake knockoff projectors that they pump on the system every single day. Turn around, you can see more and more of these fake projectors pop up with fake screens attached to them. Just watch that Valve screen. If it wasn't for that guy called Phantom HD, and he didn't do that demonstration, I would have never known that that screen came that close to match. Actually, it did match a white screen. That's absolutely horrible. If it wasn't for him doing that demonstration and catching my attention, because like I said, I really didn't pay any attention to him. But if it wasn't for me catching his attention, for him carrying on and me catching that attention, and go in and look on his channel, I would have never saw it. And that was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. That screen was absolutely horrible. Matched the white screen with no problem whatsoever. And that shouldn't have been. That literally shouldn't have been. All right, there's a testimony there. I think right here I can expand my video players here. I'm gonna drop in 2 more video players for the top. No, I forgot. I'm gonna put a little statement there too. Statement. We need to put a statement right here. And now I can hear the anger already. Upset and bitter already over these statements we're making. People say, what you mean by we? It's only you, me and God. There we go. Our business is powered by God's technology. And they should be tested. Why shouldn't they be? Tell me why they shouldn't be tested. Yeah, get mad. We know the haters coming here. We know y'all coming here. Y'all get upset when I say certain key words. We'll be in here, we may have 8 people in here, and I'll watch the numbers drop because y'all don't like to hear it. But you gotta hear it. It is what it is. You're not making any more fake gray screen paints anymore. They need to be tested. So we're gonna make a paint called the Gray Screen Paint Challenge. And it has to be done. Have to do those tests. Let me see. We strongly feel that all screen paint products should be tested and tests should be done live. There I'm again right there, popping up. Talked about this topic again. about how I feel that all screen paints need to be tested. See, for me, pretty much, they just want me to be quiet about it and do these cheap demonstrations where dark environments. I mean, I can do the same thing, stick in a dark environment, high power screens, fake ambient light environments, calibrated projectors, overpriced expensive projectors. I can do the same thing too, but that's not the way to do it. And they would rather have me just be quiet and just do it that way. Just basically just, at the end of the day, just play nice with everybody else. And we can all make money off the customers. No, we don't do things that way. Y'all gotta work for that. You gotta earn the right. Let's see, we strongly feel that all screen paint products should be tested and should be done. Should be done, test should. Oops, we're in capping again. Should. So we're doing this and we're doing some updates right now to the site at the same time. And all, okay, test it, and all tests should be done and are on YouTube Live. That way, you don't cut any corners. Everybody can watch you. So I'm going to open up a form site. I'm actually building one. And the site that I'm building, because I already have a massive amount of followers that I have on Facebook, I'm going to push them into this form site. And we're going to have a serious discussion board on why screen paints need to be tested. It should be a requirement. In order for your product to sell, before you can take any money from the consumer, you must show a tested, legit product. I'm willing to get a petition signed that it should be done. It'll cut down on all you fakos out there that are not doing your jobs correctly. And I don't think the consumer would have a problem with that. What consumer on their right mind would go, oh, no, I like getting cheated. I like when people rob me. What person's going to agree to that? No. Consumer needs to have that done. We strongly feel. Now keep in mind, I'm supposed to be the scammer, ain't I? I'm supposed to be the big scammer on YouTube, but I'm the one requesting the tests. I'm the one requesting the demonstrations be done. Yeah, the reason why they want to label me as that is because, again, they want to shut me down so that way they can continue robbing people at the end of the day. They want to discredit my product at the end of the day so they can continue to rob people with their fake screen paint products. Guess what? You just started a firestorm you're not going to be to put down. And after I get done suing a couple of you guys in court, and you know what's going to happen after that. We take it to court on that. It's going to show an example of, number one, don't mess with my company. And number two, exactly, I'm going to expose you for the fakes that you are at the end of the day. So if I'm a person at the end of the day supposed to be a big scammer, I'm the one with the storefronts. I'm the one that's going to have my product out there. I'm the one to do the most tests. Look on YouTube, it's nothing but us. Where are your test demonstrations at? If you guys are calling yourself legit at the end of the day. And how come I'm the one that's pushing for all screen paints to be tested if I'm the fake at the end of the day? I'm going to expose all you jokers at the end of the day. All of y'all. Not just Jamie and Partey. Anybody at the end of the day that's doing things wrong, I'm going to be the one to expose you. You know, it's funny how people watch Chef Ramsay and they watch this man scream and yell and everything. They think this is a guy that has a really nasty blah, 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 blah. No, this is a man that's passionate about what he does. And he can't stand when somebody disrespects the art that he loves so much. Same category. I don't like when people disrespect the art that I love. You don't have the ambition, the push, the drive, or basically the dedication to be in this business. You don't know about sacrifice and grind and hard work. You don't know nothing about it. While I'm up, you're still asleep. Late at night when I'm working, you're lollygagging and playing. That's the reason why I can back my products up. I done thought about that too. I'm up 4 o'clock in the morning. So while you're asleep thinking about sugar plum fairies dancing in your head, I'm up working, perfecting my craft. I get more work done in a day than these guys get in a lifetime. And you can it shows from my hard work. From the many years I've been on YouTube pushing and working, it shows now. A lot of hard work. We strongly feel that all screen paint products should be tested, and tests should be done live. That way we don't have no cutting corners. Now, the reason why we request for all tests to be done live, because again, a person who does a live demonstration is going to have a ton of pressure underneath of them, which is going to push him or her to basically start testing their products. And it means that they're going to work harder to make better products. That means the consumer at the end of the day doesn't have to worry about getting cheated and robbed. And perfect example, Jamie Fernando Gonzalez is a perfect example of why products should be tested. Because again, this is a person who sold a screen paint, marketed a product to be something that was supposed to be out of this world. It was supposed to pull amazing graphics and does that beautiful color and contrast. All these lies he told on camera. Got on there in the middle of a live stream, did a test against SW Network Grade 773 and matched the screen in the demonstration. Which means all the people that he sold that product to and told them lies about this product turned out to be nothing more than just a stack of cards. I'm curious anybody those people got their money back. Anybody got their money back from Jamie on the Network Grade 773 versus the Cinemax? Anybody get their money back? Of course you didn't, because he has that policy up there. Because he knows you have to open it to paint it up to the screen. You have no choice. Where else are you going to use it? So he'll sit there and try to argue that, look, the policy's right there. If they open it, if it lands on the property, there you go. Anybody get their money back after seeing that match? I'm pretty sure you didn't. What are you going to exchange it for? Oh, I forgot. You can't exchange it. You opened up the container. Oh, there you go. And if you were able to exchange it, you're just exchanging it for a product that still has not been tested. The rest of his products are not tested. What about the hybrid mix? What does a hybrid mix look like next to everyday household paint? It's not tested. We've seen the personal mix. That's the bare silver screen. Metallica Mix 2.0 is free. You can make that yourself. That's literally ingredients. It's right there on how to make it. Yeah, pretty much. Most of his products are free. And we were able to make the UV mix with black paint and 6 tablespoons of our white paint. Made it perfectly. Did the demonstrations right on the site. Matched it perfectly. Actually, we used the tutorial video to make it. The Frankenstein, when we got it here, whatever color it's going to be, I don't know. We got to spin the wheel on that one. We know how to make the Frankenstein in all 2 colors that it comes in. It comes in a light gray. That's easy. That's 3 tablespoons of black paint into white paint. That's already made. And then basically there is the darker version of it that we received. That right there was 1 shade off from the UV mix, so that would be 5 tablespoons of white paint into black paint. Easy. We even made the Cinemax on camera. Very easy to do. We made an upgrade version of the Cinemax. It's just black and white paint. That's all it is. Because if you notice that when we do demonstrations against black paint, how many demonstrations do we do on black paint back to back to back to back to back? How many? We do dozens of them back to back, right? When he did the demonstration on Network Grade 773, how many times did he repeat that demonstration? Only 1 time, right? What happened to the video? It was deleted off the account, right? There you go. So that means off camera, what he did was he took that paint and he put it against his product and found out it was going to match. And that's the last you ever heard of that conversation. When's the last time you heard him talk about Network Grade 773 or bring it up in any conversations? There you go. There you go. Do you hear Jamie ever talking on camera, talking about, oh, I'm going to go buy gray paint today. I'm going to buy this and put this gray paint, blah, blah. You don't hear him talk about that at all, period. Do you? All right, then. That tells you right there. That's why I tell you at the end of the day, don't buy it. And that's why he got upset when I armed his customers with a great product that they can make themselves. Overseas customers, you're not paying a $70 surcharge fee. That's a free shipping on the product. You can leave it plain, or you can just add the ingredients that we tell you to add if you want to actually boost it up a little bit. But if he's going to sit there and say his product doesn't match gray paint, we got him on demonstration again. How many times has he bought it up again after the test? He hasn't bought it up ever again. There you go. Let's see, we strongly advise and feel that all screen paint products should be tested. It should be tested, and tests should be done on YouTube Live. Okay, Live. To ensure the customers that they are buying a real certified product. Because I'm going to tell you, for all those, not just him, but all you other ones out there, just taking a screen and flashing some pretty 4K art in all across the screen is not enough. It's not enough. That's perfect. I like that statement there. Sure, here we have. Note, most test demonstrations. Wait, that's us. Come on. Pause you for a minute. Just for a minute. Right. What the heck is that noise in the background? That's the air machine acting up. All right, let me see. All right, note, most test demonstrations than any other screen paint on or off YouTube. Why we can show a difference between black surfaces versus our tested black ambient light rejection screen paints. Please note, other screen paints have failed to do these demonstrations. We challenge the consumer to find demonstrations done exactly like ours. Right there. And like I said, you can't make statements like that. You got to be to back your product up to do it. What is a black versus black demonstration? What is a black versus black demonstrations? This is where we take different forms of black surfaces and test them against our advanced ambient light rejection black series screen paints. Should be an S right here under paints. There we go. And also, too, I can't express this enough, only one screen paint was tested under Network Gray 773. Only one. What about the rest of them? Again, another problem right there. Tested to see which one pulls the highest white levels and color levels on different calibers of projectors and environments. These tests ensure that our ambient light rejection and black screen paint technology produces the highest white levels next to everyday black surfaces. Right there. Statement at the bottom says, we strongly, and I need to put this in much bigger letters, we strongly feel that all screen paint products should be tested, and tests should be done on YouTube Live to ensure the consumers that they are buying a real certified product. Now, anyone bothered by that clearly shows at the end of the day you have outed yourself. So don't get on YouTube ranting and carrying on about this, because again, what is wrong with you doing tests? What's the problem with you doing tests? If this bothers you, this makes you upset, if this makes you angry, and you want to retaliate against me, you just outed yourself. So don't let me find your video. Because that just shows you at the end of the day, your product's not tested. If someone were to go out and make this statement and say, right now, you think I'd be upset? Heck no. I sit there and go, yeah, I agree with that 100%. Let's get this on. Yeah, that's the difference between me and y'all. Yeah, but let's get this on. Let's get this started. What we doing? What test are we doing? What are we doing? See, there you go. So, to Fernando Gonzalez, you need to test the rest of your products. You do. We're not worried about you making some black screen paint. You can't even make regular screen paint correctly. You can't even make gray paint correctly. So, no. We've seen this one before. We've seen this too many times. He tried to make the 12s, he tried to make the 7s. What else did he try to make? The 17s and 23s. He tried to make all of them with some dumb ingredients. Ain't nobody listening to them at the end of the day. People still buy our products in the day. They want to buy from people that can back up their products. That's somebody that's basically matching house paint in a video. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, well, I'll show you. I don't like to talk about things unless I got a way to back it up. You know how it works. This is our Black series. This is our Crystal Ridge page. This is our other section, other website, other company. Right here, we have 3 websites. And right here, this is the blacklist. In the blacklist, we have, not only that, we have projectors we don't support, stuff like that. We don't work knockoffs, high-end grade projectors. And then we have Jamie. 2.0, Metallica Mix, make it for free. Network Gray 773, this is what we're talking about. This is why we said at the end of the day, why these products have to be tested. This is literally all the paint. We actually made 3 of his screen paints by just using black and white paint. We used the same tutorial video. It worked out fantastic. These are screenshots of his product matching a house paint. This is why they need to be tested. They need to be tested. Because again, the customers who went out and purchased this product before he did those demonstrations really thought they were getting a legit product. And now, this is what they found out that they have now sitting on their wall. They literally just spent 90 bucks for a product that they could have literally went to Sherwin-Williams and got 3 gallons of paint to do the exact same thing. And that's not on any projector. It's not on a 720p. It's not on a 1080p. It's on a P24K projector. Never good. That's not good at all. And it's interesting, I tell you this. People ask me, how did I stumble across this video? We didn't stumble across the video. We were told where the video was. I was so busy working at the time, we didn't even know he even did the video. We didn't even know it even existed because we figured he would never do it. So this guy calls my house and he wanted information on the 2.0, if he could order it. And I said, why are you calling me? Like literally, you really didn't have to call me. You just went to the website and just ordered it. But he called. So he goes, you know you're in a live stream. Really don't care if I'm on a live stream. What do you want to do? You want to basically get some kind of confirmation? I mean, I'm going to send it to you, which I did with a signature confirm attached to it. I got no problem with sending out my products. I'm not you at the end of the day. I can back my stuff. So he calls me up and I said, okay, so while I got him on the phone, I'll just ask him the questions. I said, did you do the test demonstrations against the Digital One Crystal Screen Paint? There's 7 up there we put up there for free for customers. He said he was going to do it next week. That was never done. I asked him, did he do the Network Gray 773 versus his product? He said, yeah, I did. I did 2 of them. All right, fine. Good day. And I went to go look for him. And this is what we popped up. We found 2 of them that he did. I don't know who in their right mind looked at this demonstration and clearly thought there were 2 different paints. Because when we looked at it, like, nah, that's matching. That's matching perfectly. So after we put it on blast on our forum sites and on other forum sites, on ABS forums and all these different places, we put it on blast, everybody was looking like, yeah, that's the same freaking color. That's the same paint. There's no difference. We got the opinion of other people. And everybody said the exact same thing. There's no difference in it. It's the exact same product. So I'm pretty sure he went around and asked some friends and family, because usually that's what most people do when they're in denial. They ask other people hoping that they will agree with them, but they did not agree with them. And then sooner or later, the video went missing. Because it finally came to a realization in his head that, gee whiz, I just matched this stuff in a screen. And you can see his attitude and energy where basically where he starts off, he's brimming with confidence, but as the projector turns on and it matches, whoop, it's like somebody sucked the soul right out of his body. And this is where he starts the shenanigans of waving his hand in front of the camera, picking up objects and sticking it right in front of the screen, blocking the sample sheet as much as possible, so that way you couldn't see it, but the damage was already done. He was finished. And this is the reason why, because of this video alone, why we do request for all screen paints to be tested. Perfect example why it needs to be done. Watch this. And the reason why we came up with the idea for Network Gray 773 was because I was downstairs and I was thinking to myself, what happens if one of these makers who manufactures this product, they make this product, what if they just one day say, you know what, I don't even want to mix any black paint. I'm going to cut some corners. How about I just go down to Home Depot and just buy some regular gray paint and ship it to their front door? How would they know? How would you know? How would you know, because there's no testing under the product, that you're just getting a can of everyday gray paint? How would you know? Or a can of everyday black paint? How would you know if there's no test? There you go. So these people who bought this product before this demonstration came out literally just found out that they just paid for $90 for a product that they could have went down and bought it for at a gallon, at that 3 gallons. But I guess when they wanted to complain to get their money back, I wonder what Jamie said. Well, you opened it and you don't get no exchange and you don't get your money back. Oh, if you basically landed on your property, it's yours. You didn't give back any of that money at all, period. That's why you got people upset and angry about it. There's no test. And just to prove it, because I don't like to say things out of my mouth that are not true, I spent 3 hours going detailed through his website, pulling up fake specifications, going on YouTube and searching for these tests. None were done. We even did each one of his screen paints, showed you exactly what we put in the search engine, looking for tests. Nothing came up. Only had one that popped up under the Cinemax, and it was a color level, basically nothing there to compare it to. Oh my goodness, man. I feel sorry for you people who basically have this product on your wall right now. You got robbed. And this is why we suggested all screen paints be tested, because of this mess. This is why all screen paints need to be tested to make sure that you are actually getting what you paid for. See how his hand is constantly in front of, why is your hand got to be there? Because he's trying to block as much as he possibly can. He already realized he'd messed up. And it should be nowhere near that sample sheet. When you're doing a demonstration, you're not supposed to be anywhere near there. Because he's doing this. This is what you're seeing in front of the camera. That's what he's doing. That's why. Now, Jamie, you may see this, and I don't know why you would get upset. You made the video. I have no idea why you get upset over something that you made. This is your video. You made it. We didn't docker it. We didn't clone you. This is you. But we're using this as an example of why we feel that all screen paint should be tested. Because again, you could literally be going through this, and anyone who's making a screen paint product, this is a red flag for you to test your products, because you don't want to end up this way. Arms should literally be never in that same section. Never in that same section at all. That's extremely too well of a match. But that's why they need to be tested. So, if any of you screen paint makers out there feel that I'm wrong for what I'm saying, then you should not be selling a product to begin with. And you can try to discredit my work. You know what's going to happen to you if you do that, right? I'm going to come in and come get you. That's what's going to happen. I'll come straight to your site and I'll say, hey, that's the product you got. Tell me where you buy it. And I'll go down and do the demonstration myself live right on camera. Just like I told this individual when I went right to his channel. What's the fabric? I'll buy it. I'll do it live right on the screen. No problem at all. And he got scared and tried to give me something like, oh, well, let me get your address. What does my address have anything to do with the service? Just give me the link. That's all you got to give me. That's it. What's the problem? I just sent him a link for what's it called? The silver microblend silver. I didn't need your address for that. Just send it right over to you. That's it. Easy. So we don't need the item from you. We really don't. We can do enough tests without it. And again, our product still sells. It doesn't make a difference regardless. You can try to make our product. Our product still sells regardless, because people are only going to buy from the best. They're going to buy from us because our products are tested. Guys have done test demonstrations, And some of you are stealing Google images. I mean, gee whiz. I mean, come on. I mean, stealing Google images off of Google and claiming that to be your product. That's crappy, man. That's real crappy. That's like going to Craigslist and looking at a car and you thinking that's the car you're buying. And you get there and it's a hunk of junk. Well, it doesn't look the same way it did in the picture. That's literally what you guys just did. That is really low. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's super low. That's a disgrace. It's turned into a circus. It's all turned into a circus between these jokers and these fake paints that don't freaking have no testing, these knockoff projectors and fake screens. At the end of the day, it is a joke. I'm really thinking about just figuring a way just how to separate myself from the industry and just come up with my own freaking whatever company on that line. We just don't deal with the industry. I don't even want my name attached to the freaking industry. When I go to the industry, the whole projection screen industry, we just don't even want to be a part of it. We want something completely different, a new name, a new product that basically separates us from the industry. We only want to be recognized as a projection screen. If there was another way that I could develop a technology that separates us from a projection screen, another way of putting it, but not attaching us, I would. Because man, and looking at the eyewall projectors and their demonstrations, the guy sitting there stumbling over his own words, sitting there clearly saying that this projection screen's in a fully environment, and you can literally see down both sides of the booth that the hallway is brighter than what the booth is displaying the actual projector. Like you really can't see that they took a 150-inch screen and stuck it inside of a tent to block it from the light at 21 feet that they call that's plaguing the screen. Gee whiz. It's a crying shame. And then people, this is what's waiting for people that are buying projectors for the first time, that are buying screens for the first time. This is what's waiting for you. Unless you bump into my channel, then you're good. Because we're going to tell you the truth up front. But other than that, you bump into any one of these turkeys at the end of the day, this is what you want to deal with. Guy literally matched house paint and did it multiple times. And I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse at the fact that he matched it or the fact he's still selling it. So I don't know which one's worst on that. This is a perfect example. Jamie, you want to get upset and you want to get angry about this? No, this is a perfect example why they need to be tested. Same nonsense here. Same exact nonsense here again. Same thing. Guys are so bold, they're walking out of freaking Home Depots with the paint in hand. How many people bought the personal mix? How many people got the personal mix right now and saw this video demonstration of it matching bare silver screen? How much money would you have been able to save? Because there is no way in the world that a gallon is going to cost you $90. What the freak are you ordering? When I bought paint to paint one of the rooms in the back, I paid $80 a gallon because it was a special kind of paint. It was a really high fluorescent white paint. It was a one-coat application. That's what I ordered. And for that special paint, they had that really high fluorescent white to it, whiter than like really actual white. It was a little bit more money. You can literally got that for like $23, $25 at the most. You're not going to pay $90 for it. You know, Jamie, I don't want you taking this the wrong way. I don't want you to think at the end of the day that I'm doing this because of the dumb stuff you've been doing. That has nothing to do with this at all, period. This is explaining strictly why screen paints need to be tested. Perfect example. If you had did these tests before you sold the product, you would have realized that you matched it. And maybe that'll give you enough time to go back and fix it. I don't know, put a little more black paint into it, put some extra gray paint into it, I don't know, to make it darker so it doesn't match the silver screen. And it shows a difference. You're still going to have to go through a bunch of tests after that anyway. But still, yeah, it would have showed something. Not do this after you sold the product. That's the information needed right there. If you ever want to make it, it's right there. That's all you need. You had Partey, who was selling a product that half of it was water. Literally half of the paint was water. And then lied on camera and said it worked as a delivery system to keep the product from basically drying out. That's a freaking lie at the end of the day. No. That's why we had to paint the screen multiple times, because the first one wouldn't take because the paint was weakened because he put so much water into it. So at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, how much paint did you buy and how much water did you get from $160? If you notice, his price dropped to $60. So I'm curious how this one's going to work, because again, his whole entire website is based off a 4-coat application, which means if you're going to paint the exact same color of the same screen in 4 times in a row, that doesn't make any sense at all, period. Now, if it's multiple colors and each basically layer requires or does a different thing, like Goose Screen. Goose Screen has, I think, 3 applications. So the first one is the primer, the second one is the paint, and the third one I think is a protective coating. All those are needed. The primer is there to get ready to prep the surface, the paint is the actual product, and the protective coat keeps the screen from getting damaged. Perfect execution of a 3-coat application. But if you're putting 3-coat applications on a surface and none of them do anything at all, what the freak did you just do? You just wasted time and effort painting the screen 3 times in a row. So if he brings out this new product and it has one color and you got to paint it 4 times, what is the purpose of painting it 4 times? There you go. So if you notice, if you go to the site, you'll notice that he hasn't changed the video on the paint on application because his entire website is based off of it. That's why he had 2 videos in there. He couldn't afford to remove the other one due to the fact, oh, just saw something just really stupid just a few minutes ago. Literally just saw something stupid. He had his windows open, now he has them shut. I told you because the paint would have washed up, that's why. He has to be in a dark environment. Anytime you see Jamie doing tests, you will notice that they'll always be in dark environments because the screen will wash out. So you see that little tiny hiccup right there? We're going to mimic the same demonstration on the same wall I had. You see that little hiccup right there? That's it. That's it. You won't see that if you're sitting back. If you got to be that close to see that little hiccup, you won't see that if you're sitting back 12 feet from a screen and there's motion. You're not picking that up. You won't even see it at all. So it's no difference. That's all. And the reason why he'll pick up a little slightly darker, because bare silver screen is very light. If you ever seen this stuff, you pop the top, it almost looks like it's white paint, but it's a very light gray. If his product is slightly a little darker, then that means that he's going to pick up a slightly little bit of higher red and slightly a little bit of higher, what's the word for it? Color. But the other product is going to be to maintain with no problem, and it's going to pick up a higher white level because it's a much lighter product. But anyway, as I said before, it ain't much of a big difference because again, you're not going to see that at 11 to 12 feet. And if the demonstration right here was such a ground moving demonstration, then why did he delete the video? He deleted the video to hide it. That's why he got rid of it. And we also requested him to post these demonstrations directly to the website. He can't do that either, because if he does this, if you're a customer, I'm a customer for the first time buying, and I saw this demonstration, guess what I'm going to go do? I'm going to do a price comparison. I'm going to go over to Home Depot and see exactly how much it would cost for me to get a quart of that versus the $90. Guess what I'm buying? I'm buying at Home Depot. Look at this. Look at that. And on top of that, there's no shipping charge. You can just go pick it up. Now that's why the slip silver is dangerous, and the reason why the slip silver is dangerous because it's easier to get. Where if you're overseas, for your overseas customers, instead of you paying that $70 surcharge fee, maybe you might not have a Home Depot, maybe not have a Lowe's, you might have a Sherwin-Williams. I don't know what your situation is, but you do got an Amazon and you do got a cell phone. That means you can go on Amazon and order that, no surcharge fee, shipped to your door for free. Now see, when he's standing back, can't see a difference. You can't see a difference anywhere at all, period. There we go. That's a little better. Hold on. Take a little better for you guys. There we go. See? You can see a difference. And this is why we strongly request all screen paints be tested. Every single one of them. And the first test you need to do is a gray versus gray. Because you got to consider the fact that all the people who bought the personal mix and saw this demonstration, what would be going through your head about right now? Paid 90 bucks for this paint and you're looking at this like, it's messed up. What would you be thinking? You'd want your money back, wouldn't you? Yes, you would. That's why we do our demonstrations on black versus black and black fabric, and we do a chair in there at one point. The reason why we do that is to show the customer on every level we throw at this screen, you're not going to match it. Got to be to back it up. And if you notice, our demonstrations are posted to our site. Look at that. Look how crazy that looks. Look at that. Oh, man. Like I said, those of you who own these screens right now, man, it's hurt piece. That one guy who got that screen, 4K projector. So, that's the reason why. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Is that crazy or what? This is why we request for them all to be tested. And like I said, the consumer is not going to have a problem with this. Consumer will be with this 100%. They'll be on board with this 100%. The only people that are going to have a problem with this are people who make the products. They're going to have a problem with that. They're going to be the ones who are going to be upset. They're going to be the ones that are angry. I'm expecting to get a lot of angry mail from from Jamie. A lot of angry mail. He gets really upset when we show these demonstrations. Why? You made them. You made the demonstrations. No one came in your house and put a gun to your head and forced you to make these demonstrations. You made these at your own free will. So why did these demonstrations make you so angry? Okay, even the leather jacket matches perfectly. And the personal mix he has hidden on his website for you overseas customers only. For you to buy this mess. And you're going to watch his paints drop even more and even more. He's going to have to drop them pretty low. I mean, really low. And if you can get a gallon of super paint, a network grade 773 for about 23, 25 bucks, then he's going to have to drop a quart way lower than that, like $12. That's what he's going to have to drop it to, $12. That's what he's got to drop it to. Who's going to buy it? You can do a comparison on which one you're going to save more money on. What's going to save you more money? Network gray 773, a quart of that, or $60 of a screen paint that you can literally get 2 gallons out of. Yeah, well, y'all make the decision. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, man. Let me show you how badly you guys have been getting bamboozled. You see that demonstration right here? Watch this. You guys have been getting scammed for the longest time. You see that? He's been running the same scam on you guys. That's the same demonstration he has here that he run on the network grade, the Bear Silver screen, and he scammed you again on the network gray on the Cinemax. Both screens are having the exact same reaction. You guys, that's why I said this is why we request that all screen paint products should be tested, and they need to be. Put it back to work. What we got on here? Oh, yeah, I love this right here. This is our new, checking out some of the new updates for Wix. I love that. That is freaking really freaking cool. I'm gonna do a couple of these really cool graphic designs all over the website. I do like this. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna put my link up on whatchamacallit real quick. So we can show this off. Oh, missed my music. Is my music on? Are we pause the music? Where's the music at?
Now organizes work so teams know what to do, why it matters, and how to get it done. Try it for free at asana.com. That's ASANA.
Now, like I said, we know that Jamie's gonna get upset and get angry, feel like we're picking on him. Nobody, we're not picking on you. You are a perfect example why screen paints need to be tested. Because again, all those people who bought that product before that demonstration was done are now upset and angry because they got robbed. And they're going to want their money back. And I'm pretty sure you didn't return any of that money to any of those customers at all, period. Because they could have saved some money, a lot of money, and just went down to Home Depot and did it themselves. The Cinemax. All the people who purchased the Cinemax, and you just saw the demonstration of network grade 773 matching his screen. And then to find out the videos were deleted off the account. He deleted his own videos. He got rid of them. How do you feel about right now? Do you feel cheated? You feel that that product should have been tested before you purchased it so you knew exactly what you were buying? You feel like you got robbed? There you go. That's why we suggest that all screen paints should be tested. Anybody who has a problem with that, anybody who's upset with that, that's going to be nothing but people who make those products. Because the consumer's not going to get upset over that. Now, these are my test demonstrations right here. This is my black on black history of me putting my product against black paints. I have more test demonstrations on black versus black demonstrations than any screen paint right now, known right now. Name one gray screen paint that has as many black on black demonstrations we have. They have any gray on gray demonstrations. How many gray screen paints have they tested their products against? How many different form of gray products or house paints? Or fabrics? Name one. None. Paint on screen done live. Demonstration versus black paint and black fabric. Demonstration on black fabric. Two different forms of black fabric that we use in that demonstration. Demonstrations again. Black fabric. Actually, that was the black top of a camera. I know it was a projector case. And I cut the top off because it had a silky color to look pretty nice. So I'll put that against my product to see if we would basically have a problem with that. Another demonstration, black versus black. This is my favorite one. This is the tablecloth. I don't know, Jamie, I don't know how you didn't see that one coming. We did this demonstration. I literally covered the entire screen, split it up the middle, did the demonstration right there. Demonstration on micro mesh, demonstration on black fabric, demonstration on black magic, and demonstration done on the Dynasty black paint. These are our previous demonstrations under Slate technology, under the Eclipse, demonstration on black paint, demonstration of a fabric versus our product. This is a demonstration that was done on a 7. I think, no, this was a 12. Black paint versus our product here. Demonstration done outside. What's the difference between our products? Outside versus black paint. Two different forms of black paint and black fabric. Another demonstration, this goes back to the 7s right here. Another demonstration on black versus black. Another demonstration on black fabric and two different versions of black paint here. Another demonstration, this is where I actually paint sheets of black screen samples right there, paint them live on camera and put them against our screens. Nothing matched. Came back in. This is a demonstration right here, Jamie, for you. This demonstration was done when we used to give out a free blackout cloth. Can I use a blackout cloth to imitate our screens? No, you cannot. We did this test already years ago. So what you did was you came in, took a black surface and said, that's our stuff. We did that already. Years ago. Been there, done it. Came back in here, did it on Eclipse Slate. Right over there. Demonstration again. Again, did it on the Eclipse Slate again. Now, question. Where are your demonstrations versus gray paint to show that you don't match? Oh, you do have them, but the problem is you deleted them off your account due to the fact that you matched. And we're still not done because I'm going to expand more videos on this because I want to do chalk paint. And then I found out that the microblend has a black paint, so I definitely want to do that at the end of the day. And then I got several other black paints I want to do for fun. You have to be to back your stuff up. And guess where this sits at? Right under our shopping cart for everybody to see. So there's my products right there. There's our disclaimer we put up on what projectors we support. There's all the information about black versus black technology and why we feel that Screen Paint should test their products and why we have the most test demonstrations on and off YouTube. And there's my test demonstrations. Gotta back it up. Ooh, I'll show you this real quick. Are we on this one? Did I publish this all this? Make sure we got a save on this. All right, cool with the save. And now let's publish it so everybody can see it. You won't even post on his website the paints that the products he already did. How come you're embarrassed? Are you embarrassed by those videos? I gotta ask that question, Jamie. Are you embarrassed by those videos of you doing against the gray screen paints? Because you get upset with us when we show them off and you don't have them posted to your website. Are you embarrassed by that? I think you are. I got no problem with posting mine. Matter of fact, if you hit any one of these links, we got links in our demonstrations right from the door. Even at 1,000 lumens, we got links on every single one. And every last one of these go to a showroom that has more test demonstrations attached to it. Oh man, I'm telling you. This is why people, at the end of the day, make sure those products are tested before you paint anything on your wall, before you spend a dime out of your pocket, make sure that they're tested. Even look up here, make sure you see test demonstrations and demos right from the door that you can go in and check it out. We're going to check out the whatchamacallit real quick. I like playing in that section right here. This is my favorite area to be at. I love this place so much. I had a couple people in here and they were like, it's so magical in there. It's designed to be magical in there. Have you been in here? It's freaking crazy. We had some new stuff in here. It is freaking so freaking magical in here. It's wonderful. I love it. Look at that. That is so freaking cool. Sugar Plum Berry is going to be a beast. If I'm putting this much effort into it, it's going to be a beast when we get done with this paint. Got the scrolls up. Look at this. This is going to be another slideshow we're putting it over here. There's some more so we're going to be putting in our specification sheets. Look at this right here. At the bottom it says, comes up, paint your next new gaming destiny. Look at that. Look how crazy that looks, man. That is beautiful. We got over here, this is where you can enter the code. To place your order, enter the enchanted code and let your journey begin. Click on that takes you directly to the shopping carts. I love that whole 3D swing around. Look at that. And we got the 3D that comes up with it. I love that. Still doing some work in here. I haven't decided what we're going to do with this section yet. I'm still working on this right here. There we go. We got the origins of the Sugar Plum Fairy information right here. A little story and all that stuff like that. Talks about the screen's enhanced levels and all that stuff we attach to it. This is where we're going to set up more video displays here. Look at this. Look at how the image pushes through. You're going to see the flames going through. Boom. And see how we have little things to say. Astonishing. Whimsical. Enchanted. Next level. Sugar Plum Fairy. Magnificent. Superior. Incredible. Superb. Look at this. Oh, I love this part right here. Look at this. I love this. I love it. I love it. I had so much fun putting this in last night. level gaming. This right here talks about the technology enhancement 3 that's going to be attached to it. That's crazy, doesn't it? Yeah. We're going to do a lot of crazy stuff with the Sugar Plum Fairy. Look, I got little comic books I'm getting designed for it. There's a storyline behind it. We even got a bobblehead coming out for it. It is going to be amazing. It is going to have merch attached to it. We're going to have customized gaming jerseys. We're going to have baseball jerseys, baseball caps, all that cool stuff attached to it around the Sugar Plum Fairy. So yeah, we're going to market the daylights out of this one right here. Now, for those of you who have been asking us about a guy gamer paint, I don't know about that. I'm on the fence on that. To tell you the truth, women don't have enough. Girl gamers don't have enough stuff to claim their own. They really don't have enough stuff to claim. That's why I chose to make it. And if you're a guy, you can play it. At the end of the day, what's the big deal? The name? Does the name bother you? If the name bothers you, then you know you got a lot of problems at the end of the day. Because the name shouldn't bother you at all. Period. I'm a man at the end of the day. I'm proud to game on the Sugar Plum Fairy with no problem whatsoever. It don't basically conflict with me in any way whatsoever. So, and like I said, don't be afraid of it. So what? I guarantee you that you can sit there and say, I got the Sugar Plum Fairy. It'll beat any certified screen and any gray screen paint at the end of the day. It'll do things that other screens can't even begin to even think of. It's named not to be laughed at. So you can back that up 100%. If somebody can be in there playing on a black diamond, you can be in there playing on the Sugar Plum Fairy. I can pull contrast over so your screen can't even see it. I didn't even pay that kind of money at the end of the day that you paid for your screen. Anybody comes in there, DMP, Supernova, Black Diamond, anyone, we could beat every last one of them, and we'll back it up when the technology comes out. 2 options that a certified screen has when it comes against the Sugar Plum Fairy. 1, it can ignore it, which we know we're going to go through that already. Or 2, we'll shut it down. But I like the name. So, at the end, you know what I mean? If you're a guy, why are you threatened by the name Sugar Plum Fairy? It's all about the performance. That's what it comes down to. I would love to see a guy have this Sugar Plum Fairy painted up in his gaming room with one of the bobblehead dolls sitting right there. I got a friend of mine, and I lie to you not, there's 2 of them, and they are they're monsters in freaking Call of Duty. They're monsters in there. One guy just uses, basically, he's known for using the, what they call it, the Tomahawk and the freaking Ride Shield. He's a monster in there. And guess what their headsets look like? They're crazy. One's got the Hello Kitty, that's what he has, with the lights and everything on it, and the other one has a unicorn. And people see him in live streams, they start laughing, but they will kick the daylights out of you in a room. You ever hit the respawn button and then die and hit it again? Like, man, you put it this way. When you play with somebody who plays so good, you think your controller is broken. That's how they play. That's the only way I can put it. You literally got to check and see if your controller is plugged in. That's how they play. You played with people like that before that literally have kill streaks that play so good that you literally think your controller is broken. You got to check and see if it's plugged in. That's how they play. But these guys are rocking some crazy freaking headsets. And they ain't ashamed of it. They like it. The guy sat there and says, no, I'm not. I have a wife and all, but I like the pink. I like the colors installed. I like the unicorn. I love it all. You got that right. So that's what I like about the Unicorn Fairy. I'm sorry, I said Unicorn Fairy? My fault. Which ain't a bad name for another product. But anyway, I like the name. It's going to be the most. It's going to take your PS5. It's going to take your PS4. I don't care what game system you got. It's going to make it look absolutely insane. Do you have to buy a 4K projector to get them beautiful colors at ultra contrast? No, you don't. Those of you who have 720p projectors, it's going to look absolutely insane when we get done with this. This is why we're pushing all this into the show page. We're putting so much into it because it has to be to match what that product is designed to do. Every last one of our show pages are designed to have the personality of the product we develop. This is why this one's so hyped up. It is going to be absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to start working on it. Oh, it's going to be good. I love that. I do love it. just walk down there. Just really just want to walk down there. That looks so cool. Just be to walk down there. Look how beautiful that looks. Just stare into that. Look at that. I love games that when they come on like this, and you're just always curious what goes on down there. Or I like the one, just what I love about Fable so much. Because Fable, you could walk down and you had the option to go here or anywhere you wanted to go. And you would find the most coolest stuff in those back areas of those woods. Let me tell you something real quick. One of the coolest things I remember playing on Fable 2 is that the seasons would change. And when the seasons would change, the environment would change also. So they had this area where there was a huge lake at one point. When you first start off on your journey, there's a huge lake out there. That's pretty much it. But then later on, when you come back many years later, the lake has dried up and there's a weird cave down there. And you find some pretty cool stuff. You know, when the environments change, you can actually explore and see different things. Like, what was the other one? Oh, the farmer. The farm, have you ever ran across this old farm in the back? So you find this old farm, there's a family living back there, and you save them from a bunch of trolls. All right, that's the end of it. You come back, and the farm looks different. And trolls have invaded it, the people are gone, but they said that the husband or something turned into a troll and they locked him in the basement. He was a weapons master. He designed really crazy weapons. So basically, you got this challenge is to go down in this creepy basement and kill this giant troll, which you do. And you find this insane shotgun that literally takes out everything. Yeah, stuff like that. That's what I liked about Fable so much. Fable was really, really one of the best games I've ever played. I like Fable 2. It was the best one, I think, out of all of them. It really was. It really was the best one. Kind of choking me up a little bit just thinking about it. I love Fable so much. That was a good game, man. I put hours and hours into that game. It's a good game. I hope Lionhead Studios makes another Fable. And they do. They need to make another Fable, man. They do. Games they got right now for console systems, I hate to say it, they weak. They got to bring out some of these old games or remaster these games or redesign them or something. Bring out freaking didn't they bring 007 out again for, I think, for the, what system did they bring it out again for? The Nintendo brought it out. They got the version for Bond. But that's what I'm talking about. Bring out some of these older games. Some of those classic Nintendos and Sega games from back in the day. They're actually really good games. Just bring them up with the technology we have now. Can you imagine Bond 007 in VR? Oh, that'd be sick. Especially if you had like the tracking with the gloves. You imagine giving somebody the Kung Fu chop. Oh man, that'd be awesome. All right, people. I don't take it up too much of your time already. So yeah, we did some updates on the website, added some new videos onto the site, and I got to come back here and do some more work here. And you're gonna see little stuff like this popping up all over the website. You know, we're not gonna overcrowd it, but just something cool we're gonna use for some of the graphic designs we saw here. We want to actually use for the website to enhance a little bit more. Really, truthfully, like I said, screen paint products need to be tested. And I don't care who gets upset about that, who gets angry about that. It has to be tested because, again, as I said before, Jamie is a perfect example why they need to be tested. And why he should need, if he's ever going to make a product line, ever going to make, well, I don't know how this is going to work. You really can't say that because the future for him is really bleak. And for those who don't know, we have lawsuits against him, so it's bleak on that particular section. But until then, if he ever decides to make a new product line, he is going to have to do all testing under household products because nobody won't touch it unless they know that his products are legit and they have been tested on these household paints, which he did end up matching. Let me see. As for Danny, I know you're making a new product. No, we're not threatened by it. No. But the thing about it is, it's going to have to be tested. You're going to have to show real serious tests on these products. For that black paint that you made, for that stuff that came up that dark, I can tell that thing never did a white level test at all, period. Let me see real quick. We got to go in here. We got to check mail because I know we got creepy stuff in here. We always get creepy stuff. This guy talks about us every day. Yeah, there he is right there. Creepy Jamie. You're going. Bye-bye. Go refresh my page right here. That's how we do it, Jamie. We just get rid of you and then move on. We got things to do. You just do some creepy stuff every day. Every single day, Jamie contacts us crying. Always crying. Every day. I'll come here tomorrow. He'll be here crying tomorrow. He's always crying. Always crying. And again, gee whiz, dude. Seriously, stop crying all the time. Always crying. All right, let's get back where we're supposed to be at here. Right there. I'll get back to this right here. All right, I got work to finish up and do. Get something to eat, and I do want to do that demonstration probably later on about the gray wall and white sheets of paper. And I have to do a couple of demonstrations on the professional black cinema, because we have 4 demonstrations that have to be filled up in there on the Black Series Collection Edition. All right, with that being said, y'all enjoy the it's morning now. It's actually late in the morning. Y'all enjoy your morning. Be safe out there, and God bless.